All right, good morning, grade 3. How are we all doing? Now, for today's experiment, it's going to be pretty similar to yesterday's experiment, but a little bit different, okay? So, just like yesterday, you need a cup. Now, I've already done this part. You need to fill up maybe just about a quarter full of water. Doesn't matter if it's cold or warm. And then fill the rest of it with oil, okay? So maybe about half of it with oil close to the top, okay? You will also need your food dye from yesterday, and you should have a bag of powder like this, okay? Now in that powder, it contains 1 tablespoon of icing sugar, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, and 1 tablespoon of citric acid. Now on the instructions it says you need effervescent, something like that, but I couldn't give that out, so this should have a similar effect, okay? All right. Now, once you've filled up your cup, so remember a quarter with water and about half of it with oil, wait maybe about 2 minutes just so they separate just like that. See how the water's at the bottom and the oil is at the top? Okay. Once that has happened, actually, before we do, remember we have to think like scientists and we have to make a prediction. Okay, so what do you predict will happen when we mix the food dye and the powder? Okay, what do you think? All right, let's do it. So first, you need to just add little drops of food dye. Now, maybe if you wanted to be a little bit more precise, you could use a spoon just so it doesn't all fall in there. But I think you guys should have the tiny, small ones where you can just squirt little droplets. But I've got this big one. I don't want it all to fall, okay? So I'm just going to put in little droplets like that, little balls like that. Ooh. Okay. Now, as you can see, it's all staying within the oil area. It's not going into the water. What do you think that might be? Okay. Now let's see what happens when we start adding the powder. Now don't chuck it all in at once. Start putting it in like little by little, maybe a spoonful or a pinchful, and let's see what happens. Oh, you can see some. Oh, can you see that? Looks like some of them are falling into the water now. Whoa! Let's chuck in a few more. Yeah, and keep doing this until it finishes. Wow, so you can see now that the food dye has left the oil and has mixed in with the water. Okay, now your job today, kids, is to record yourself doing this experiment, or maybe just record at the very end when you start putting in the food dye and the powder, and you have to tell me why this is happening, okay? And if your prediction was correct. Oh, look at that. Look, some of them are starting to go back up and down now, back into the oil. Let's see what happens if I put in a bit more food dye and a bit more powder, yeah? Okay. Whoa, there's a few more. So remember, unlike yesterday, we're only putting little bits of food dye. Let's put in some more powder up. Yeah! Whoa, look at that. They all fell down. Well, they're all falling down, most of them. Pretty cool, yeah. And then some of them are going back up. Cool. Alright, kids. So, you know what to do. Discuss what is happening in this experiment. And remember, if you want a hint, read the worksheet. It explains it all there. Alright, guys. Enjoy that experiment. Bye.